What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. Finally, I am making this video where we have seen a huge spike today with Cciv. We're going to go over what the news was released, when I predict to see this merger happen, so long as everything does go smoothly and goes through, and more importantly, where I see the price going, okay, in the short term and in the long term. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss this, guys. For those of you that are potentially interested in learning more about the stock market, technical analysis, chart analysis, first link in description. Come join us over in the private trading community. We'd love to have you. Let's get into the video, guys. First off, I really wanted to highlight this chart right here. This is the platform Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade. Boom, today, huge spike, guys. Hit 55, pull back. We're going to continue to see a lot of volatility happen, especially as these day traders continue to play it. Let's take a look at the news, guys. I'm literally just going to show you pretty much Google right from here, guys. You type in CCIV news and it's all over there. SPAC, Churchill Capital, IV, spikes on report, close to deal with Lucid Motors. It's all over Twitter. Everybody's kind of been reporting on this. Michael Klein, CCIV, is getting closer to a SPAC merger. It's huge, huge, huge. We played this out on this channel before. I've mentioned this stock on this channel from a long time ago. I got into it at a great entry price of I believe I ended up averaging down to a total of about $21. Actually, I got in it, and then it went kind of back and forth, but total of $21, which is a huge home run. We're up well over 100%. Anytime you can hit even close to 100% is absolutely awesome, especially in a short period of time. So let's talk a little bit about it. This was reported by Seeking Alpha. It jumped 35% on Reuters report that the company is close to a deal to take Lucid Motors public at a valuation of around $12 billion. We know that the price valuation was one of the biggest things talked about, and kind of a little bit of a hiccup, which made the pause kind of happen as well. So let's look at the actual news article. Luxury EV maker Lucid Motors Inc. is getting close to a deal to go public at roughly $12 billion valuation after veteran dealmaker Michael Klein's blank check acquisition firm launched a financing effort to back the transaction. People familiar with the matter said on Tuesday. I want to highlight this point, guys. Close to a deal. It's probably right there, but I always say that, there's always a possibility, guys. You know what I mean? There's always a possibility, okay? But the merger between Lucid and Klein CCIV would be the biggest in a string of deals by electric vehicle makers such as Nikola and Fisker that have gone public by combining with SPACs, okay? CCIV has initiated talks with investors to raise more than $1 billion by selling shares in a private investment in a public equity transaction deal for the deal with Lucid. The size of the pipe could reach $1.5 billion or more. Guys, we know that Lucid is going to give Tesla a really, really good run for the money. I believe that Tesla is much far ahead. However, Lucid is doing a lot of great things. They learned from Tesla's mistakes. So I feel like the growing time frame and the growing pains of Lucid are going to be a little bit less because they're able to learn, where Tesla was stepping into brand new territory. So it's great news, guys. I'm freaking happy to kind of report this. You're watching the stock kind of crank out, and then let's go over a little bit of the charts, guys, and where I potentially see this stock going over the next coming weeks in short term. So there's going to be a lot of volatility until it gets confirmed. I can see now you're probably going to see this $48 to $50 range hang out as support as it pulls back, waiting for the actual confirmation to happen. Everything goes smooth and a date to be set for it, okay? In the short term, before pre-acquisition, because what we've seen lately with these SPACs is that it's buy the rumor, sell the news, okay? And it's getting up to around that price point. We watch a couple of these SPACs get up there. Then post-merger, they kind of pull back a little bit, because then it goes into, now we need to see earnings, we need to see revenue, we need to see, is the company actually going to do well, and so forth, as much as we believe in it. So on the short term, I could see this hitting that $65 to $70 price target that I had made in multiple videos. If you haven't, check out the channel. They're all listed there as well. I would see that $65 to $70 price point being pretty accurate for the short term. Once a merger were to happen, we don't know how quickly this is going to happen. I would assume it to be very quickly, just because of the sheer fact that Lucid needs to raise some capital and they need to get out there and get those vehicles pumping in order to maintain in a timely manner. And we also know that the Arizona plant is ready to start cranking these vehicles out. Okay, I expect them to fly off the shelf, especially being being ready for the spring and summer of 2021. Okay, so I expect it to get to that $65 to $70 price range. Once it goes post-merger, you'll probably see a little bit of a pullback as revenue starts to build, as news starts to build, as advancements in their technology, their production, and growth of the company starts to begin to, to be displayed to the public. You can watch that price continue to go up from here. Long term, as in 3 to 5 year price target range, I currently do not have one yet. I need to see how the company first initially responds in the first 6 months to a year post-merger to see exactly how well they're doing, what the vehicle demand is, and then where the economy tends to go. All right, I expect the stock market to continue to rise for the rest of 2021 and at least the first half of 2022. We know that the Fed have talked about potentially raising interest rates coming out in later of 2022. That is going to play a factor in the sales and the growth of the company. So in order to give a long-term, as in 3 to 5 year price target, I haven't been able to do that yet. However, pre-merger, 65 to 70, guys. Post-merger, probably see it pull back a little bit. Once revenue and news starts to come up, we'll see it extend. So, guys, that's it for this video. I'm super happy to kind of make this video. We've hung on to this one for a little while. I made a pretty large investment, and not getting it at the earliest, point when the news was released in January 11th. You could have gotten, I know people that got into this at $13, $14, where your downside potential is very minimal, as it would drop back to 10 if there was anything denied. I got into it a little bit later potentially, and it was definitely a good position comparative to my portfolio, and risking that 50 to 60% loss kind of drop right away. It's good to see some good news pop up. So expect to see some people taking profits over the next term. If you're able to hit a home run like this, it's it doesn't happen all the time. So that's it for the video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.